What's up, baseball fans? Welcome back to KarterKast. Today, we're diving into something a little bit different. 6 MLB players I dislike for 2025. We've touched on pitchers I like. We've touched on players I like. These are the 6 players I dislike for 2025. Now, before you grab your pitchforks and, Dylan, why don't you like my favorite player? Hear me out. This isn't about hating on guys personally. It's about their on-field performance. And honestly, I'm just not feeling it for these guys next season. I've crunched the numbers from Baseball Savant, Baseball Reference, Fangraphs, and these 6 players are showing some serious red flags that make me think they are going to take a step back in 2025. We've got aging stars, injury risks, and just some straight-up disappointing trends from some of these players. So grab your popcorn, hit that like button, subscribe, and let's get into it. First up, Nolan Arenado, the Cardinals' third baseman. Arenado has been in a perpetual trading stalemate since last July. The Cardinals want to trade him. He doesn't want to go to Houston. It's a trade war of the likes we've never seen before. Yeah. Now, it looks like he's going to be a Cardinal for the time being, and this guy was a beast in his Rockies days, but I'm over it for 2025. He's turning 34. 2024 was a bit of a wake-up call. He hit .272 with a .394 slugging average. That's a 102 weighted runs created plus, barely above league average and definitely below the standard that Arenado has set for himself. Compare that to 2022, where he hit .293, .533 slugging, and a 138 weighted runs created plus and a 7.1 WAR. His barrel rate is down to 6.7% from 11.2%, and his hard hit rate crashed to 36.8%. The power's fading, folks. 16 homers in 2024 isn't going to cut it for a guy that used to mash 30 plus. His glove is still gold, but at 34, you'd have to think that that's going to slip at some point too. Projections say 3.5 WAR, but I'm seeing closer to maybe 2.5. I'm just not that excited about this version of Arenado anymore. Next, Ronald Acuna Jr. from the Braves. I know he was a superstar, 2023 MVP, 41 homers, 73 stolen bases, the 40-70 club, whole thing, 8.3 WAR. But hear me out. He's coming off of his second ACL tear from May in 2024. It's brutal. In 2022, after his first ACL injury, he dropped to a .266 batting average with 112 weighted runs created plus and just 2 WAR in 119 games. The speed held up, 29 steals, but his defense went from a plus 6.2 UZR to negative. Now at 27, another knee surgery? Players like Sizemore and Furcal lost 50 to 80% of their speed post-ACL, and Acuna's game thrives on stolen bases, those 73 stolen bases. I'm guessing 30 or 40 steals may be in the cards for Ronald Acuna Jr. this year. 25 home runs and 4 WAR if he's lucky. I love the talent, but I'm not too hyped for a half-speed Ronald Acuna in 25. Number 3, George Springer, Blue Jays outfielder. This one hurts because I used to love his energy, but at age 36 and 25, he's falling off of a cliff. In 21, he batted .264 with a 145 weighted runs created plus and 4 WAR in just 78 games. But fast forward to 2024, he had .220 batting average with 102 weighted runs created plus, 19 home runs, and 1.5 WAR in 144 games. His bat speed's down to 70 miles per hour from 72, and his barrel rate is at 8.9%, way off of his 12.5% peak. Sprint speed's 27 feet per second, barely average, and his defense, negative 4.2 UZR. Projections say 1.8 WAR, but I'm seeing below 1 if this keeps up. Springer's a shell of his old self, and I'm not buying the hype for 2025. Fourth, we have Cody Bellinger of the New York Yankees. The guy's a roller coaster. In 2019, he won the MVP with 47 home runs and a 7.8 WAR. Then he had a total bust, and then he had a bounce back in 2023. But 2024, .266 batting average, 108 weighted runs created plus, 18 home runs, and a 2.5 WAR. That's fine, but it's not elite. His barrel rate's down to 7.5% from 14.3% in his prime, and his hard hit rate's at 36.8%, miles from his 47.9% hard hit rate at his peak. His expected slugging says he's overperformed a bit, and at 29, he's not showing signs of recapturing that MVP juice. Defense is still decent, but projections at 2.8 WAR feel generous. I'm thinking more 2 WAR if the power stays flat. Bellinger's just kind of meh for now, and I'm over it for 2025. Fifth, we have Jose Altuve, Astros second baseman. now left fielder, which changes this complete script. He's a legend, obviously, World Series under his belt. 2022, he batted 300, 160 weighted runs created plus, 28 home runs, 5.8 WAR. But in 2024, at age 34, cracks are starting to show. He hit 295, sure, but a 441 slugging and 126 weighted runs created plus is a 34-point drop from his peak. Barrel rate's down to 8.2% from 12.8%. Hard hit rate is a 38.5%, and his sprint speed is 27.6 feet per second. Not the dynamo that he used to be. He still stole 20 bases, but that's starting to fade too. Projections will say 3.8 WAR, but at 35, 15 home runs, 10 steals, 2.5 WAR, not to mention the treacherous clips we've seen of him playing left field from spring training. And the Astros management has already said that is where he is going to start the season. He's still a good player, but I'm not feeling the superstar vibe. Last up, we have Gleyber Torres for the Tigers, traded from the Yankees. This guy frustrates me a little bit. Back in 2019, he was batting .278, 128 weighted runs created plus, 38 home runs, 3.6 WAR, legit star potential. But in 2024, .257 batting average, 105 weighted runs created plus, 15 home runs, and 2 WAR. His barrel rate's a sad 6.8%, down from 11.7%, and his hard hit rate is at 36.6%. Defense is a mess, negative 7.8 UZR, and he's only 28, so what's the excuse? Projections say 2.5 WAR, but if he's still swinging at everything and fielding like that, I'm seeing below 2 WAR. Torres should be better, and I'm just not rooting for this version of Torres in 2025. There you have it, my 6 players that I'm disliking for 2025. Arenado, Acuna, Springer, Bellinger, Altuve, and Torres. These guys have talent, but the stats don't lie. Age, injuries, and declining skills are catching up with these 6 players. Will they prove me wrong? Maybe, but I'm not holding my breath. What do you think? Am I too harsh, or did I miss anyone that you were sour on for this season? Drop your takes in the comments, smash the like button if you enjoyed this, and subscribe for more baseball takes all throughout baseball season. Until next time, keep swinging for the fences.